Welcome to the channel. Here's a look at our fleet. Got our 19 F250, the plow on it, salt spreader in the back. Got our 18 F150, my personal truck. But then over here, we got Old Green. And the topic for discussion today is, was this truck a waste of money? Was it the right move? Should I have done something different? Should I maybe gotten a newer truck versus this older truck? It's an interesting question because this truck represents a lot of risk, a lot of potential issues. It's taken up a lot of time, to be honest, versus a new truck, which costs a lot more money, but you know it's going to start up, you know it's going to be ready, and it looks better. It looks a little bit more presentable. Not that this truck looks bad or anything. You know, this might be how you start, something older like this. But what we're doing with this truck is using it for residential snow. And what we paid for this truck with 219,000 miles is $3,600. Now, taxes and fees, things like that, the plate, the insurance, whatever, that comes out to more. So we're probably into this deal at least about $4,500 or so. Then we went ahead and did tires. We got brand new tires on the truck because the tires were pretty much shot. Nice all-terrain tires. We went with Falken Wild Peak tires. They're pretty good. But after the tires, those were about $900. Then we went ahead and fixed something on the front end with the four-wheel drive. The locking hubs were all cracked. That was about $600 done at the shop. I tried to do a sway bar link, but they were frozen in place, so I'm gonna attack it again at another time. But that's $35 for a sway bar link. The power steering's got a slow leak. I don't know if you can see it now. If it's leaking now, there's a stand underneath there. Leaking power steering. The power steering uses trans in this vehicle, so it's got a small leak. We haven't even had to add any since we've had it, but it's getting to the point where we might have to put a little bit in there into the reservoir. So it's not a terrible leak or anything, but to get that fixed, you're looking at $400, $500, maybe $600, depending on how bad it gets once they start digging into it. Now, looking at all this, you have to wonder, is it worth it? A brand new truck, to lease a brand new truck for the same purpose would cost about this much over the course of a year. That's the payment, that's the insurance, that's everything. So it's hard to say that this is worth it. I kind of wanted to try it out just to see how it kind of worked out. But the reality is, it took so much time to find this vehicle. Everybody was either trying to rip you off. You had to go far away, 30-40 minute drives looking at vehicles. Nothing's ever what they say it is. When you're getting a new vehicle, it's exactly what they say it is because it's a new vehicle. There's no guesswork. And also too, I can custom build my vehicles. I can literally go online, pick out every feature that I want, and custom order, custom build a truck, and no problem. Whereas when you're buying something used, if you have preferences, now you got to look for unicorn vehicles that are hard to find. And then that's why I ended up driving so far, because I wanted a certain kind of truck. I actually didn't even want this truck. I wanted a different one. But before I could buy it, it was sold. I was trying to be tough and not put money down to hold the vehicle, try to, act like, I'm try to play hardball a little bit. I was haggling the price on the truck that I wanted, and within a couple hours that truck was sold. And I ended up hurrying up and grabbing this truck because it was just like, all these cheap trucks, they go so fast. Like, they don't stay on the lot that long, and it seems like when you're about to grab it up, it's gone before you can get it. I mean, the truck that I wanted, I've been looking at online for like probably 4 or 5 months, and then the minute that I go and look at it, the dealer the porter or whatever goes and pulls the truck out, and then someone else sees the truck and boom, it's gone. Now with the newer trucks, you can go ahead and lease a brand new truck and choose every feature like I did with this truck. We did towing mirrors, we did a 6.5-foot bed, we did 502A trim, we did 20 inch rims. We did everything we want. I did everything I wanted, and it's a lease. It's cheaper than buying. It's about half the cost of buying. If I were to lease this work truck, I would have a lot more truck, and I would also get it would cost me probably $350 to $400 a month plus insurance, another $150 a month. But I can figure out how to get that money. If not, realistically, I already have that cash flow anyway. But if I was close, I could figure that out. I mean, with this situation, it's just like rolling the dice. This engine could blow and this truck could be gone. Like, this truck could be beyond its worth in repairs in a heartbeat. It's a constant researching this, trying to figure out about the 5.4. Now, keep in mind, I am enjoying this process. Being that the reason I actually tried to go this route, and I'm actually going this route, is because with these newer trucks, there's never anything really happening. The 2019 Super Duty, it has very minor issues that I've talked about. Same with the 150, very minor issues that I've talked about, but nothing is really ever happening. Now, being that I do YouTube videos, I wanted to try out an older truck so that things would happen to me and I could have something to talk about from time to time. With the new trucks, it's like every day they start up, there's no problems, there's no issues. There's really, going with all new trucks, there's really nothing ever going wrong, so there's nothing really to talk about. So with this truck, I did the video of putting on the 3-inch lift, or it's actually 2 inches, the 2-inch lift. That was cool. I wouldn't want to do that with my new truck. It's not the best thing for the suspension and the angles and the alignment and all that. But with this older truck, it's kind of like whatever. You can do a little bit of stuff and have some fun with it. So that's one benefit. The reason now with me being on YouTube, it kind of works out because there's something to talk about. That's really why I did it. But if I weren't on YouTube and it was just strictly business, I would just get the new truck because I really rather go out into the marketplace and do bush trimming or whatever, hauling tree stumps or whatever we're doing. We're removing bushes and things like that. This truck's kind of perfect for that. We actually did load up like 1,000 pounds or so into the bed with salt. I went and picked up a few bags of salt, and it was about 1,000 pounds, and this thing was squatting so bad, and then after unloading it, the suspension didn't want to really return back, so I jacked up the rear of the truck so that it could return back to normal. So, there is trade-offs here. It can haul, don't get me wrong, but it's not a new truck. It's not as reliable. That being said, what I'm probably going to do with this is just go ahead and make it our bush removal rig, see how long we can get out of it. Hopefully nothing catastrophic goes wrong. We put full synthetic oil in it. A lot of people are worried. A lot of people have fear about using full synthetic oil, and we've had no issues there. But I will say that, the pros with this would be the fact that because you do own the vehicle, it's not a lease, you own it, you can do whatever you want, and it is a lot of fun. Now, maybe if it were a really nice, clean vehicle, low miles, and you were under the impression that it was going to be a good running vehicle, versus this where you're not really under the impression that nothing's going to go wrong, you pretty much know something's going to go wrong. A 05, 06, a 11, a 14, that's not a bad thing if it's low miles and it's going to run good. Now, keep in mind, you're going to have to pay for that. You're going to pay a lot of money to get into that. Whereas this was just like 3,600 for a truck. You're talking the cheapest trucks online at this point. I mean, they were literally the lowest dollar trucks online, period. Now, with this truck, I haven't taken it to work or anything or nothing like that. Because I think, like, in the middle of the night, when I'm about to come home, the last thing I want to do is get in this thing and have something not start or whatever, not be able to come home until like have a couple hours delay because I got to get towed or whatever. And that's the last thing I want. So I've only driven it when I'm messing around the neighborhood or around town. Never really took it to work, nothing like that. If it breaks down on the crew when they're doing snow or when they're pulling bushes, that kind of sucks, but it's not the end of the world. You know, at least you can still, I mean, it kind of sucks if it breaks down on them and they get stranded somewhere for a minute and it's going to come out of my pocket as far as payroll, but I don't want to be stranded, so I haven't driven it to work. Nothing like coming out like 4 a.m. in the morning and your truck won't start. So I've been just daily driving this one, even though it's almost like I haven't posted any videos on it in so long. I wonder if people are wondering where it's been. But yeah, I've been daily driving this crew cab truck. It's got the car seat in it and everything. So that's just, it is what it is. The truck, realistically, it's not worth the hassle. It's just fun for YouTube and everything. I'm probably still gonna try to maybe grab up a newer truck, do a custom build on something, maybe do a 5.0 when the weather turns in the spring. That would be kind of cool. But you know, this is serving its purpose right now. I feel like for me, with the limited amount of space that I have in my yard, I want to put a new truck in it. Maybe I'll just let one of the guys take this one home so it won't be here. But with this limited amount of space that I have here, I really kind of want to put like a new truck here, just because I don't have room to have a backup truck for a backup truck. Every truck that runs needs to really be ready to run full time, no problem, no issues. And that's really what the 2019 Super Duty has been, even though it's been stressful using that for work because it's such a nice truck. I honestly wish that I was daily driving that truck even over my F-150 sometimes. So maybe I'll grab up another F-150, custom build like a basic F-150, maybe do an 8-foot bed with extended cab, 5.0 V8, maybe something like that. And then I'll just daily drive both trucks until the lease is up on this one. The lease is up in August on the Lariat. Maybe if I really would like to daily drive a Super Duty, so maybe I'll just do a new F-150 for the crew, 5.0 max tow package, and then a F-250. I'll drive that and I'll just finish out the lease, and I'll just have two trucks until the lease is done. I don't know, but you know, at the end of the day, this was $3,600. You know, then we did tires, then we did, you know, this repair or that repair. I can easily be at $5,500, and that's easily a year's worth of payments and insurance. Now, keep in mind that money, a lot of people say that you're throwing that money away. You're throwing the money that you're putting toward your lease away because you don't own anything at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, your most valuable asset is your time. And forget about money. When you have something old like this is just a time vacuum. I went to change out the tie rod end and it didn't want to come out. I spent literally all day messing with that tie rod end. And then, you know, being that I haven't turned a wrench in so long, it took me all day to do these struts because I'm rusty when it comes to doing automotive repair. So even though, yes, this is cheaper, you know, it's less money, it's so much more time that it really doesn't matter. And like I said, the most valuable asset that you have is your time. And it's the one thing that you can't get back. I can go and earn with a truck that costs $500 a month after paying the insurance. I can go and earn with that truck 60, 70,000 a year, 80,000 a year. I can make 1,000 every day with that truck. Every day with that truck. You know, and I could make 1,000 every day with this truck, which is the cool part. So, you know, maybe I'll try and do that. This is cool because I can probably just turn a guy loose with this, take it home, whatever, and then you could literally start working from home with some of the other projects that we do. You could leave your house instead of ever coming to my place. You could just start there at your place, and then you could end up on a job site. So that is potentially allowing me to expand my business faster without having so much of a yard or so much extra space. But at the end of the day, the money is better spent than saved. You know, people think that you should just save and be cheap, but man, I really, you know, I'm trying it out. I'm trying out both sides of things. You know, maybe I should try something in the middle. Maybe I should get a nice looking truck, nice low mileage used truck. Maybe I'll try that. But I don't know. It's just nice to have the brand new stuff because, like I said, you know what you're gonna have to pay. You know nothing's gonna really go wrong, and all you got to do is get out there and get the money for the payment, which is the least of your concerns when you're in business. Like your payment on your brand new truck, even our Super Duty, which is it's our most expensive vehicle per month because it's something you have to buy, or the payments on a vehicle that you purchase is a lot higher than a lease. It's the least of my concerns. I mean, my payroll every week is thousands. Every month I pay my taxes. I pay my payroll taxes every month. You're talking about thousands of dollars. Workman's comp. I pay workman's comp every single week. Again, hundreds of dollars every single week. So I'm really never really stressed out about a vehicle payment. But the last thing I need is like a vehicle repair that stressed me out. Like, man, the truck's not running good. Gotta get it in the shop. No one wants to work on it. It's got 200,000 miles. You're like, you gotta work on your truck. It's got 200,000. No mechanic. They see this, they automatically think it should cost more to work on a vehicle with this many miles. So, I don't know. Comment below. Tell me what you think. Was it a mistake to buy this truck? It would have been better to get the new truck, you know, but it is what it is. We're going to run it. We're going to keep going and see what it does. I think it's going to ultimately be okay, but just a little bit of thought, topic for discussion. And anyway, thank you for watching. Have a great day and hope to hear from you soon.